Hello again. Okay, everybody take a wide stance. Try and take your feet as wide as the span of your wrists. We're going to turn let's start on the right side. Turn the right toes to face the edge of your mat. Line up, sorry about that. Line up your heel to the arch of the back foot. Placing your forearm on your thigh, squeeze the legs towards each other. Move the inner groins back. Place your hands at the heart. Draw the ribs back and stretch down. Lift up through the heart and take your arm over your head. Bend your knee deeply so that your knee is right over your ankle. Now you can stay here or place the hand on the floor. Ribs in, twist, lengthen. From the right hip, press down into your foot and stretch out through your fingers. Place your hands at your hip. Extend the right leg. Place your hand on the ankle. Open up the chest. Right shoulder back, left shoulder back. Lengthening your neck, take your arm up. You can place your hand down. Press through the feet. Don't lock. See, that's locked. Don't lock your knee. Lift your kneecap, engage your quad, and lengthen. From the right fingers out through the left, open up your chest. Right shoulder back. See, my hand is forward. The minute I take my arm back, my shoulder presses forward. I want the opposite. Shoulder back. Right shoulder back, left shoulder back. Stretch. Good. Inhale, come on up. Come here, Wally. Move away from the camera. He was laying down sleeping before, but I just walked him. So now he's all energized. Second side. Bend the left knee, turn the toes. Forearm on the thigh. Hand at the heart. Open up the chest. Knee over ankle. And extend the arm. Don't let your head dip down. Right thigh back. Press it down and stretch out. Stay here. Or place your hand. Squeeze and engage your legs and open up the chest. Breathe. Place your hand at your hip. Press the foot down. Extend the legs. Start with the hand at the ankle. Squeeze your legs. Left shoulder back. I can place my hand down and take my right arm out. See how my head is not dipping? Thighs back, ribs in. Stretch. Press down through the feet. And inhale to come up. We're going to parallel our feet. Turn them slightly in. Interlace my hands. Lift the chest up. Extend the arms back. Thighs back. Go ahead and let your head cascade down. Watch this. My hands are together. I'm going to see, I can lock really easily. I'm going to broaden the elbows apart. Stretch my head down. Move my shoulders, my shoulder blades up towards my hips so my neck has space. Take my arms over my head for a nice stretch. And then bring my hands to my sacrum. Elevate my shoulders and inhale to stand. I'm going to turn my left toes all the way in. Turn my right toes all the way forward. Work my right hip back. Stretch my arms down, ribs in. Lift my chest, and then come down. Now you may want to just stay here. Gonna squeeze your legs, square your hips, and maybe fold. If you don't feel stable, place your hands. Good, we're gonna bend the right knee. If you have released, interlace your hands again. Lift up your chest, work towards square hips. Lift and slide your hands down your leg. Keep your chin tucked. Lift your chest. Vera 1 variation. And then come on up. Parallel your feet. And go ahead and fold again. Hi, Wally. Bring your hands to your sacrum. Shoulders and elbows rising. Inhale to stand. Chances are you are clasping your hands the same way all the time, so put the other thumb on top. Roll your right toes all the way in. Turn your left toes all the way out. Squeeze your legs towards each other. Left hip moves back. Lift the chest, draw the ribs in, slide your hands down, and then, oh, I'm losing my balance here. So I get for going out and breaking and walking the dog. And come halfway down. Bend the knee, press into the foot, and lift up. Again, if you want, you can slide your hands down, ribs in, chin tucked. Good, inhale, come on up. Parallel your feet. We're going to turn to the first side again. Only, we're going to bring our knee down. Thighs back, let your hips bleed down, and then maybe lift your chest and touch the floor. And then come up, I'm going to place my forearm on the thigh, roll my knee down, my hip down, bend the back, find the foot, shift the heel back, and bring the heel forward. Shift the hip back, bring the heel forward. Maybe take my arm up. Maybe slide my foot in my elbow and interlace for mermaid. This is a deep chest opener, thigh stretch, balance pose, and then release. Release your leg, press down, and then kind of move a little bit. Tuck the toes, come up into a lunge, and then second side, interlace, turn, knee comes down, thigh moves back, ribs draw in, let your hips sink down, and then maybe let your fingers touch. You can untuck your toes as long as they don't turn in. And then bring your forearm on the thigh, shift back, find the foot, thigh back, heel in, ground down through the knee. Work towards square hips. Again, maybe take your arm up. Maybe slide the foot into the crook of your elbow. Maybe interlace. Good. Gently release and step back to dog. I'm going to come onto my heels, either Vajrasana or Virasana. For Virasana, hero's pose, I slide my hands behind my calf muscles into the inside of my knee, and I gently press the calf muscles down as I sit back. Either this variation, it's a really nice thigh stretch. Sometimes I place my hands under my knee and just move it, move skin. And then you want to sit tall, let your sit bones ground down. I'm going to take my right arm forward, take it across, bring it into my chest and slide my shoulder down. If you're in Virasana, hero's pose, keep your toes active. Keep your heels hugging into your thighs. And then switch, shoulder in, take your arm across and take the shoulder down. If you have a towel or a strap, I'm getting my strap. We're going to do, if your knees are feeling wonky at this point, you can sit in a comfortable, easy seat. We're going to take, if you need it, I'm going to start with this side so you can see your strap on your shoulder. I'm going to take my left arm up, take the shoulder back, turn the palm open, bend the elbow, find the other elbow, find the elbow with your hand and press it down, ground the arm bone into your shoulder. Find your strap, take your arm out, turn the thumbs down and reach for the base of the strap. You can walk your hands up, maybe find your other hand walking down, right shoulder down. To release, slide your hand down, slide your elbow down. Place a strap on the other, or a belt, a towel. Take your right arm up, take your shoulder back, turn the palm open, bend in the elbow, reach for the center of your back or the strap. Place your hand on the elbow and ground that arm bone down. You can even press your head back. Take your left arm out, turn the thumb down, reach behind, maybe find the strap or your fingers. Once you are here, left shoulder down. And release. Now, some of you may have a yoga block. Well, let's do this. If you're in Virasana, let's do this. Come out, stretch your right leg back, press the toes down, bring your right knee down, take your left leg back. Okay, some of you may have a block, you may not. You don't have to have a block. If you do, options here are to take your block and squeeze it, elbows draw in. You're going to engage your arm muscles, place your block down, come onto your knees, squeezing the block, ribs draw in, tuck your chin, come into forearm plank. See, my hips are not up here, and I'm not dipping and diving. My hips are as high up as my chest. Squeeze my legs towards each other, ribs in, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I bring my hips down, untuck my toes, hug my feet in, press the toes down, press the knees down, draw the belly in and up, come into Sphinx pose. I'm going to tuck the toes. You guys have been doing this with me lately. Squeeze my legs, lift the knees off the floor. Squeeze my lower abdominals, my pelvic floor, lift the pelvis off the floor. And then I'm going to walk in, let my head come down. It's not on the floor. Dolphin pose, chest forward, thighs back. Not chest, sorry. Shoulders forward, chest moves between towards your toes. And then bring your knees down. Watch this. I'm going to get a curve, walk my knees back, and stretch my torso back towards my hips, getting a stretch in my triceps. And then release. You can let go of your block. If you don't have a block, you can just do your hands like this or like that. All right, child's pose. Love is all about the gift of oneself. Press back to down dog. Stretch it out, come forward into a plank, and then come down. We'll do a shadow box and a shoulder stretch one more time. And then I'm going to invite you to place your hands forward of your shoulders and out a little to the side on fingertips. Press the toes and the knees down. Draw the shoulders and elbows forward. Lift the lower belly in and up. And come into what I call cobra on spiders. Hug your legs, squeeze your butt, lift your chest. And come down. Press back to down dog. Side plank, balancing on the right hand, outside of the right foot. Start with the left knee bent. Again, this. Make sure you have space around the sides of your mat so that when we come into wild thing, you're not going to step and slide on something. Right shoulder back, I actually bend my elbow, I'm going to lift my chest, put my hand at my heart, move my foot in the other direction, lift up. Now my right leg is straight. Take my arm over my head, open up the chest, maybe touch the floor, and then back to down dog. Second side. Start with the knee bent in front of you. Squeezing the legs towards each other. Place your hand at the heart. Left shoulder bent, elbow drawing down towards the floor. Take the leg behind you. Lift up. See, my left leg is straight. Chin is tucked. Take my arm over my head. And then come on out. And come back to down dog. Come forward and down. Going to bring my elbows forward, interlace my hand, lift my head up, squeeze my legs together. Press the toes, press the knees down. Draw the lower belly in and up. Lift your head up, press your head back. Take your arms forward and lift your legs. Hold, breathe, lift up, and then come down and rest. Enjoy your breath. Bring your head back down. Roll your thighs in. Take your hands behind you. Press your hands down. Press your toes down. Press your knees down to get a curve. Slide your shoulders towards your ears and up. Lift the arms up behind you. Bend the knees. Don't let your knees do that. Squeeze your legs towards each other. Press the feet back into the hands. And lift up, Dhanurasana. Chin tuck, lift up as high as you can. Breathe, hug your legs together. And then exhale, come down and rest. What we're going to do is we're going to go from side to side. Arms behind you. Join your feet as close together as you can. Press the toes and the knees down. Slide the shoulders forward. Then lift your arms up. Bend your knees. Find your toes. Lift up. I'm going to lift my left foot up higher. Roll on to the outside of my right shoulder. Come back to the center. Lift up. Lift the right leg up and come into the outside of my left shoulder. Come back to center, lift up again, and then come down and rest. You can make a pillow. You can turn onto a cheek. In times like now, self-love, self-compassion, open-heartedness is really important. It's funny, I'm right now listening to an audible book of Brené Brown, and she had this quote, one of her quotes, about how open-hearted people are playful. I have to read it when I will send it to the group, actually the full quote. It was really great, but I'm not getting it correctly right now. We're going to come onto our knees. Place your feet hip-width apart. Don't bring your legs together. Don't let your feet turn. Actually, we're going to do the first one with our toes tucked. So coming onto our knees, let's bring our hands to our heart center. Squeeze, see how I'm working my legs? Squeeze your heels towards each other. Move your inner groins back. Draw the lower belly in and up. Lift the chest, tuck the chin. I'm not leaning back like this. I'm actually moving my butt back, but I'm keeping my hips forward. Butt back, thighs back. Keep my hips over my knees. Find my heels and open my chest. Then you can come out, bring your knees and feet together. Roll, use your hands, roll your inner thighs in and come sit down. Place one hand at your heart, one hand at the belly. Feel the breath, feel that prana. Feel the heart beating. Feel the prana, the breath, your life force moving through you. This chakra is an air element. It's about movement of air, movement of your Shakti, beating of your heart, your connection to yourself and others. and then come on up. If you want, if you are open enough in the chest, you can untuck your toes, move your inner thighs back, lift the chest, open up the heart. You can maybe bring both hands to your heels again. See how I'm not elevating my chin. I'm working my inner thighs back, and then come on up and rest. I'm going to show you one arm, one leg. So we're going to take one leg forward, bring the left, we'll take our right leg forward. Bring your left hip right over your left knee. Make sure your right knee is over your right ankle. Work towards square hips, thighs back. Lift the chest. I'm going to bring my right hand at my heart. I'm going to slide my left hand to the ankle. Again, you can untuck. Keep that right hip back. Lift the chest, chin tuck, and extend your arm. Inhale, come on up, and switch. Tuck is easier, untuck is harder. Square hips. See how I'm going to make sure that I'm not leaning forward. My hip is over my knee. My left ankle is under my knee. Work towards square hips. Lift up, start with the hand at the heart. Let the heart lift up as you curl back. Press down through that right leg. Press into the left foot. Good. Inhale, come on up. Place your hands and step back. Down dog. We're going to do bridge now. So lay on your back. Come here. Lay on your back. Place your knees by your hips. Feet are parallel. Start with your elbows bent. Pressing the toes down. Lift the lower back off the floor and gently press your shoulders and elbows down. Take a full breath in. Come here, Wally. Come on. Take a full breath in. You got to move away. Sorry, sweetie pie. There, you can stay there. Lift the chest, ground the elbows and shoulders down. Lift the hips up. Squeeze your legs towards each other. Interlace your hands here. I'm rolling my right shoulder, left shoulder in. Legs hug in. Chin moves away from the chest in this pose. Your heart moves towards your chest. The chin is playing hard to get. The heart is reaching for the chin. Good. Exhale, come down and rest. Enjoy your breath. Press your feet down. Press your elbows down. Lift your heart, expand through the chest, squeezing your legs, lift up. From here, I'm going to hold the sides of my mat, roll my shoulders in, and then separate the mat apart. Work my upper arms, chin away from my chest, hug the legs in, and come down. And rest. The next option you do not have to do. I'm going to move into full Urdhva. I'm going to bring my feet a little closer in. I'm going to press my feet down. Move my shoulders towards my ears so the sides get long. Press the elbows and the shoulders down. Lift the lower back off the floor. I'm going to isometrically slide my heels back to fire up my hamstring. Lift up into bridge. Keep my shoulders grounded. Take my arms over my head, work towards placing my hands. My shoulders stay down, lift the hips up, and then come up into Urdhva. Wally, come here. You blocked the camera. Come over. Sorry, guys. I got to do that one again. Come here. Come on. Sorry. I get to do two of them. Here. You got to stay here. Thank you. All right. Here we go again. Feet towards heels. Shoulders towards head, ground down, slide the heels back, fire up the hammies, lift up, flat, take my arms over my head, my chin stays tucked at first, lift up, press into the hands. Now you can stay here, or
you can let your head come down. I'm not looking at the floor. I'm going to check out my wrists. Make sure that they're parallel to the back. Squeeze the legs, take the chest through. Lift the heads up and come down and rest. Let's go ahead and breathe deeply. That beating heart is your Shakti, your prana, your life force, your flow of your breath. Enjoy it. Self-love. Heart openers promote self-love. You cannot love anyone else if you don't love yourself. Let's do one more if you want. This time you can go ahead and place your hands. Get the curve. Press the toes down, press the hands down. Elbows in, shoulders down, lift the hips. Elbows in, come up. Lift your head up and then come back down. Knees together, feet apart, arms in cactus, shoulders relaxing down. I'm going to turn to the right, and I'm actually going to press back to down dog. In the class, we were doing partner poses, and I would have had your partner ground your hips. So work on grounding from the waist down through your legs. You can bend the knees and get the lumbar curve, then draw the ribs in and extend. Walk forward and lay back down onto your back. Take your right ankle onto your left knee, broaden and open that right hip. Lift the lower back off the floor, lift the knee up, clasp behind the thigh, and take your leg up. Press your leg back, open the hip. Lift the lower back off the floor. Placing your foot, switch. Place your hands behind the thigh. Move that right thigh. Move that left hip forward. Relax the shoulders down. Switch again. This time you can hold the shin. Now instead of bringing the knees in, I want you to move the knee away. Get evenly grounded on both sides of your sacrum. Widen that right hip. Work the lower back off the floor as you bring the knees in. It's much more intense and more grounded. Let's respect the curve. Work that right hip forward. Keep toes active. And then release. Switch. Knee forward, lower back off the floor. Left hip forward, left knee forward. Then work the knees in. Relax the shoulders. Beautiful. Place your right foot down. Stack your left knee on top. I'm going to ground my elbows, lift my hips up. This is confusing. Right foot is on the floor, left knee is on top. I'm going to move the hips all the way to the left, and I'm going to turn my knees to the right. Press into the right elbow and twist my torso to the left. Deep spinal twist. You're going to get into the left hip, the muscles around the left side of your back. Try and keep that left shoulder grounded and extend the left arm out. Palm open. Your knees begin to drop downwards. Gently lift up. Unwind. Bring your hips to the center. Placing your left foot down, the knee is up. You're going to stack the right knee on top. Pressing into the left foot, lift the hips up. Take the hips all the way to the right. Butt to the right, knees to the left. Press into the left elbow and turn your torso to the right. Try and work that right shoulder down. Lift the knees up, unwind. Take your feet as wide as the mat and forward, arms out in a T. We're going to let your knees move to the right, inhaling up, knees to your left, inhaling up, knees to the right, and up, to the left, and up. Feet together, knees apart. Now think of this. Think about walking your feet closer in towards your groin and then moving your hips closer to the shoulders. Keep the shoulders grounded and let the ribs relax down. You get a deep, deep lumbar curve. It's actually, when I do this, I actually can ground my traps down and towards my hips. So it's working to release the neck. It's working to release your lower back, your hips. Supta Baddha Konasana. Gently slide your hands down, palms open. Keep the lumbar curve. Go ahead and extend your legs. Feel your leg bones dropping down. Feel your arm bones dropping down. Connect to the breath inside. Feel it up. I'm going to close with you in Shavasana to a quote from the Tao Te Ching. Being deeply loved gives you strength, while loving someone deeply gives you courage. You can take as long as you want in your Shavasana, and we will meet again this way next week. Namaste, y'all.